Hi, I'm Giulio, and this is the Vibraphone. You may think, that's a really weird table. Yes, and it is, but also it's a musical instrument that sounds like this. The vibraphone, also known as vibes, is a percussion instrument. The most important part are the tone bars, which are made out of aluminum, and when struck, they create a pitch. Every tone bar is tuned to produce one of the 12 notes. If you look carefully, you can see that the bars are laid out just like a piano, with natural notes and accidentals. Everything is held together by a frame and sits on 4 legs, with 4 casters to move it more easily and to hurt other musicians. Wait a sec, what do I use to strike the bars? I'm glad you asked. Well, as you clearly saw before,
You send your soul to our lower Satan to gain demonic abilities and allow you to play it with your mind.
or use a mallet, it's your choice. Mallets are composed of a stick and a head. The head can be made out of yarn, cord, metal, or rubber. Unfortunately, the bar alone is very quiet and sounds a bit tinny. That's why there are tubes underneath. They allow the frequencies to resonate and amplify. The technical term is resonator pipe. No one knows why. It's the biggest mystery in the world of percussion instruments. The vibraphone has very sustained notes. They ring for a very, very long time. How long, you may ask? Well, I've been talking for 10 seconds and it's still going. There you go. This is why the vibes also feature a dampening bar. It shifts up and down to completely stop it from producing sound. You can actuate it by pressing the pedal down below, just like a piano. And now we can finally get to the good stuff! These are the resonator fans, also known as the vibrator discs. They spin around an axle and periodically plug the resonator pipe, stopping it from working. When a pipe is open, it amplifies the sound, and when it's plugged, it doesn't, and the note is less loud. This continuous plug and unplug of the tubes gives a beautiful tremolo effect, not to be confused with vibrato, where the pitch changes instead of the volume. Nonetheless, the instrument is called vibraphone, probably because tremolophone sounds kinda silly. The resonator fans can be driven by hand or with a motor. You can control the tremolo speed here and stop it if needed. Ooh, that is nice. Okay, now that we have talked about the components of a vibraphone, we can briefly consider its history. Before the vibes, percussionists had the glockenspiel, the xylophone, and the marimba. But in the early 1900s, that changed. J.C. Diga & Company, an instrument manufacturer based in Chicago, wanted to build a new mallet percussion instrument out of metal. So the predecessor to the vibraphone was invented, the marimbaphone. Now it's defunct and no one plays it anymore. Too bad for it. After a few years, Hermann Winterhoff got the idea to put spinning vibrator fans under the tone bars. The idea spread quickly and thus, in 1927, the vibraphone was born. This instrument doesn't even have 100 years. How cute. The vibes were intended for classical music, but ended up in jazz pretty quickly. As you might guess, there are many important percussionists that paved the way for players today. In the 30s, there was Lionel Hampton, now called the father of the vibraphone. He played with 2 hard mallets and rarely used the sustain pedal. Then the 40s with Red Norvo continued the quick non-sustained playing. Up until the 50s, the vibes were played in a not so expressive way. It was kind of mechanical, but Milt Jackson changed the way it was played. He used the pedal a lot more and used dynamics to his advantage, making his playing very expressive. And then, in the 60s, he arrived. Gary Burton, the most influential player in vibraphone history. He made the vibraphone a popular instrument with his stellar playing, only achievable with his own gripping style, the Burton grip, where the outer mallets are on top of the inside ones, allowing for greater precision and less hand and arm fatigue. And that's pretty much it. You now have a good understanding of the vibraphone and its history. There is nothing left now but to take a last listen to this wonderful instrument. I had a lot of fun making this video, but I wouldn't have been able to make it on my own. I would like to thank my friend Gianna for helping me with the filming of this video, the Pomarolo Marching Band, particularly Mattia Groth for lending me their vibraphone. I would like also to thank Gary Burton for posting very instructional videos on YouTube, and thanks for watching! Bye!